I put a phone in the soda that's dope.
Baby on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. Nothing better than a professor. Watch him cook up coolin'. Big G, can't forget my nigga Mike Coolin'. Keep it high like a pot of carrot. Sweet as Mayberry. Question is she single? Is she single? We'll find out when I call and I be geeking off G. Laughing till I'm nauseous. Caution, they going all in. Leaving no stones unturned, no topic untouched. They love to cuss and they fuck shit up. Brother, I keep my money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Glam sham, keep the jewelry tight, make sure you keep it. We on weekly, make sure you peep it. Matt King state of mind, the best kept secret. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, so do it. Introduce it, the gang and Mike Coolin'. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang.
You are tuned in to the Cooley and the Gang Show on Blockworks Radio.
Yo, what's going on now?
What's going on, boss?
Happy Tuesday. How you feeling, brother?
I feel good, man. I can't complain at all.
That's good. Good, productive week so far. Well, shit. We start so early now. Back when we did the show on Friday, it was kind of like, all right, let's talk about how fucked up it was. Now we do the show on Tuesday, like we don't even get a chance to let no bad stuff happen.
Well, from Tuesday to Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. Tuesday to Tuesday. Yeah, you're right, Shannon. We don't want nothing bad to happen. So please, anybody, we don't want bad things to happen. But you know, something always going on. You see, Colin Powell passed away.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, that was crazy. What's up, NJ right? Rich? What's up, Linnea? How y'all doing, Linnea? We got to get another date so you can come back on. We got to have NJ, get you and NJ Rich on at the same time. That should be real cool.
She got a blurb.
What?
That's all Powell got was a blurb.
Yeah. We had a big argument about that in the group text.
About what?
Nut friends?
Yeah. The vaccine killed, you know, you already know how that conversation went.
Killed him?
You already know how it went, Professor.
Okay.
I learned a lot about a friend of mine the other day in our group text after all that went down. I'm just like,
so did he have the vaccination or not?
Yeah.
Oh.
But he also had cancer.
There you go.
So, and he had COVID.
Friends are a bunch of jackasses.
Yeah, like I'm not messing with y'all, man.
Not you this go around.
Not me this time.
Yeah, not you this time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's Shannon being all loud. Just sending out some. So, everybody, take a second, hit that share button. We're gonna get it in. We got some very, very, very good guests tonight. Crystal and Brandon, the owners of Shades of Beauty Hair and Supply. They own their third location now. 3 locations, doing very good things. Also, James Dickey will be back on. Chef, photographer, and he's in trouble.
Yes, buddy.
Can't wait.
He was in trouble the last show, wasn't he?
Yeah.
We still got the same issue from 3 years ago.
I'm gonna tell him, like, it must be one of them out of sight, out of mind things.
No excuses. No excuses in 2021. That's how I do this. Shoot up, doop, doop.
LB said, "Put some lotion on." Put some lotion on what?
I know
he ain't talking about lotion. I know Ashley Larry ain't talking about lotion.
I know.
Where was I? Everybody take a second, hit that share button, tell a friend, and we're going to get it in. Like we said, Colin Powell passed away. I really don't have much on that. Did anybody want to say something before we move on?
Rest in peace.
Okay.
Only thing I thought about when I saw it is that that was like my parents' generation's hero for one reason or another. Like whenever I was coming up, I remember hearing his name so many different times from my parents, bringing him up in different scenarios. So to hear that he's passed, a lot of times it's things like this that make you recognize how much older we're getting. Like that we even pay attention to things like that. The people that we've known are starting to expire, and like we almost at that point where we are the older people, and everybody else is looking at us like, you know, they they the old ones now. Hey, where you get that shirt from?
This one?
Yeah.
I got it from this. You know how I'm always scrolling up and down IG, and I saw somebody selling them. Was this the people you knew in Jersey? I can't remember. Yeah. I think so. That was from Jersey. Somebody in Jersey.
That's kind of cool.
To that one.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I'm always out. I like wearing other people, like, you know, repping other people's brands. So that's what we do here.
That's how they grow.
Basically. Go ahead and say it like you was getting ready to say it.
What, rocking other people's shit?
No, you was gonna say I love wearing other people's clothes. That's what you was getting ready to say.
Funny man. I said, Mr. Funny man.
You like to wear the long shirt.
I'm trying to think where to start. So I know as soon as we got off air, I'm going to start right from the beginning. I know everybody's not here to weigh in. I want to start light, but at the same time, I want to do what we do. All right, let's do this. We're gonna do this. So, did you see that DC comic?
Yes, I did.
You saw that. Yeah. So
yes, I did.
So DC Comics, the headline kind of got me at first because I'm thinking, oh shit, I lost my shit. I was thinking one thing, but it was something else. So DC Comics' new Superman comes out as bisexual in upcoming issue. Mm-hmm. So it's so I had to do some research. So it's not Superman. It's actually Superman's son. This is Lois Lane and Superman's son. He's, I guess, the new Superman. Mm-hmm. Boy. He used to be Superboy, I think.
I ain't never heard of Superboy.
Yeah, so I guess in this next upcoming issue, he is coming out as bisexual. Our kid, I don't even think that are kids still in the comic books? Cause I think comic books are one of those things I felt like where you were into them. When we were younger, we were into them, and then you kind of still like them as an adult. But are kids really into comics like that?
I don't think they're actually into comics like the actual books per se. Mm-hmm. But see, like when they say comic books, they might make issues like this, but ultimately it makes it to the screen in some shape, form, or fashion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it starts off. Most books nowadays have trickled into motion pictures. So it might start off as a comic book, but this is going to be a character that we'll see one day on the screen.
And now it's not really going to be a surprise if you see something like this, and they already pretty much laid the foundations for it.
Right, and for the most part, that's kind of how they. AAG.
Oh.
You know, you see Mike then put up his new wallpaper, right?
You know.
Yeah.
So nowadays, what happens is they're just easing things in. They don't want to just spring it on you. They just make it so that you can see it and then have your opinions about it. And then after they get past all of that, they say, well, now we'll put it out there. We already know what everybody has to say. Fuck it. Let's just go with it. I like what I saw that someone, I forgot who it was, and the guy who actually commented on it, a young lady shared it with me, was actually a gay man. And one of the things that he said is, it just doesn't make sense that we can't let children be children anymore. Mm-hmm. Everything has to be about sexualized. Like, tell me what doesn't scream sexual about this?
Everything.
So we're not talking about having a gay superhero. It's more so about sexuality and promoting a level of sexuality. This is supposed to be a kid's book. Now, once upon a time, parents would have raised hell about some shit like this. Now, because of the climate that we're in, nobody's gonna say nothing about it. I mean, you're gonna have a couple people say something about it, but it's gonna move past.
I was about to ask, do y'all think that because we're seeing more and more of the coming out of individuals being more prevalent in pretty much everything, hey Nene, and everything that we are watching and seeing, that soon heterosexuals will be the minorities? like it'll be more of that and less of this?
That I don't know. And the only reason why I don't know is because you still got to think about, lost for words. What's the word for it? Procreating. You still got to think about procreating. So when you think about procreating, you still need the male end and the female end, like a plug and a socket type scenario.
According to what you told us a couple weeks ago, not necessarily, because
right. You're right.
They're doing all of this science to make it more possible for it not to have to be between man and woman, but
right. Yeah, absolutely correct. But the reason why I'm saying that being heterosexual is not going to
easy, hard work. Shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
The reason why we're not gonna be the minority is because you're still gonna have people that are gonna want to have sex with the opposite sex. Like, I know a young lady that's in a relationship with a woman, but she very much so
wants to have a child.
No, she has children, but she very much so is into men. She's definitely
bisexual. Well, that's how they made left room for the Superman thing. They didn't say Superman's gay now. It's just Superman's bisexual.
So my only problem with this is, and I don't understand why the adults aren't mad. Like, you fucking up my childhood. Like, now you want to tell me what I've believed all these years, that Superman was.
That's his son.
That's his son.
His son's gay.
Yeah, yes. That's Superman. I think they killed Superman.
His son is in this era.
Yeah, that's the son. That's the son of Lois Lane and Clark
His
Kent.
son was being watched by Robin, and Robin was
okay because Robin's gay, right? Isn't Robin gay?
Yes.
Yeah, they trying to say Robin gay. All right, so then that's different. Then I kind of feel like, well, you don't fuck up my childhood, but the fact that you just try and push this homosexuality propaganda on kids, I kind of got a problem with it. It's not like you letting them pick and choose. Like, now it's like you just let them know that gay is the way to go.
Right.
That's my only thing. I mean, again, I have nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being homosexual or bisexual or liking trannies or whatever it is that you like. You like porno for a different reason that I like porno. But just to be pushing it on kids, I that's my only thing. I don't like it. You want kids to be pro-choice, you want them to pick and choose what they want to choose, but you pushing this shit on them now. Like, it's okay to be a superhero and still like to kiss little boys. I got a 7-year-old son, and that's nothing that I'm teaching him at all.
Right.
That's fucked up.
I agree with Professor when it comes to like that whole visual. Like, just because you are gay, lesbian, bisexual doesn't mean that, just like heterosexuals, it doesn't mean sex. And that is definitely what it seems like every time we see something in reference to the LGBTQ community being broadcast out loud or things like that, it's always from a sexual aspect. And that right there is deep. Like, that's because not only are you, like you said, not giving kids the choice to choose, but you're also saying, hey, little 12-year-old, because this is okay for you to watch and see, it's okay for you to go out there and have sex as well. So you're teaching a lot of different things in this one way in which it's being presented. So it's not anything wrong with that he's gay or he's bisexual, but why does the fact that when you're showing the world that this is what it is, that it has to be represented in a sexual way?
So let's get some comments. So in IG, shout out to everybody watching us on IG Live. Nell says it was his son and he's a twin. He says shit is ruthless, but they're going to force feed. It's being force fed. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I mean, we're not gonna keep an eye on. I haven't looked at a comic in a while, and I haven't been down with DC in a minute. I'm a Marvel guy as of late. So it is what it is. But like you said, like we have no issue what your sexuality is. That was just a curious story just to see how, just the world is changing. So we'll keep it moving. So another video that caught me when we got off. So Meek Mill, have you all seen Meek Mill's album cover, his new album cover?
No, I keep hearing about it.
Is that the same one on the bus?
Yep.
Yeah.
Get it on the bus. Get it on the bus.
So all right, let's just show you. So this is the album cover. I'll just pull it up. I'll try my best to pull it up if I can.
It's the Get It on the Bus cover. Got it?
Yeah, I think so. Boom, 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 boom. Look, we just want to show that right there.
Booties everywhere. Booties.
Just let me know if y'all can see this.
Nope.
Shut up, Rudy.
I'll say no.
So that's the album cover right there.
The one over. Okay.
With
So
the
this is
ladies
the
bent
album
over,
cover.
booty, butt naked, bent over.
And it's on his tour bus or something, right? I saw the white man going off.
Was that his tour bus or was that the city bus?
Oh, I don't know what it was. I just seen the guy going off about the bus, and then when I saw the pictures on the bus, I said, he got to be from it's got to be like out of the country. This got to be some out the country type thing because it's got the black woman with her titties hanging down.
Bent over, spread it wide.
With the little pink spot.
Well, we got both video. We got the video of the guy going off, and then we got Meek Mill's response. So let's go ahead.
What is this? What the fuck is this? What is this? This is on the side of a bus. This is on the side of a bus, rolling through your street. Rolling on the side of your street. Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want? Look at this bull fucking shit. Look at this shit on the side of a bus. Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want? Is this how you want to be respected? Is this how you want to be respected in life?
I don't like how he
This is how you want to look? This is how you want to be portrayed? Stand up to this bullshit. I'm from Philly. I actually should support Meek Mill. This is fucking disgusting bullshit. Look at this lady. Look at this. This is on the side of a bus where little girls can pull up and see this shit. That's her fucking pussy. Let's not mistake what this pink dot is. This is disgusting. This is satanic bullshit. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of. Look at this shit that you're getting on. This is for everyone to.
So Sienna said they couldn't see it in Facebook. If you couldn't see it in Facebook,
we can see it in Instagram.
Yeah, let me know. I don't know why. Might have been Illuminati. So here was Meek Mill's response.
Guys saying now, like, what happened? What did he say when George Floyd got killed? I know he was outraged about a bus and a painting that was on, but what did he say when he seen a white man choke a black man out for 9 minutes? Did he make the same type of video, or did he want to just zero in on that? No. Do I think it's appropriate to have naked women on buses? No, I do not think that's appropriate. That can be changed, but Nina is a great woman. She's an African-American artist that represent black women, and a lot of black women support her. Me, I just joined the art game, so, I'm learning about art, and I respected her vision and what she brought to the table when I asked her to paint it. And that's what we rock with. Like, social media is like not real. In my neighborhood, people are really dying every day in Philadelphia. Little girls, little boys. The topic of a rap of a bus is not a real thing that's going on in the places we come from. Rap music, that shit came from the hood, came from poverty. If you want to speak on it, make sure you're speaking on it on both sides. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you have empathy.
Yeah, nah.
Nah, what?
Yeah, nah.
Whose idea was it to put it on a public bus, though? Now, I understand that. I'm not arguing with me. Art. I'm glad. First of all, I'm glad he gave an artist a chance. I believe in art. I would like to get more art. The professor always got dope paintings at his spot. I like.
He do talk about your paints. Watch.
Yeah, he
might
always
try to
got
steal
some
one
dope
next
art.
time he there.
I was, but like a cat burglar. But I don't have an issue with him supporting the artist. I only have issue with it being his album cover. But my question is, how the hell did it make it to the public? Like, who thought it was a good idea to put
bus,
it on?
Linnea confirmed it was his.
That looked like a public bus. That ain't no tour bus.
She said it was his. Linnea said his tour bus. But
Is
even
that a tour bus?
What the fuck is this?
I'll mute it. But I just want to look at that. Don't look like a tour bus, y'all.
No, I don't.
Because they're going to
Yeah,
do
public bus.
That's
that's a public bus.
That's definitely a city bus.
Yeah, that's a city bus.
So I feel like one thing don't have nothing to do with the other. Okay, whatever. If he, what he asking about, was he raising hell about George Floyd and them? That still doesn't dismiss him for raising hell about the images that he feels is disrespectful to Black women. Does it become less credible because it's coming from a white man? Like, no, I don't think it should be less credible because the hell raising came from a Black man, a white man. You know what I mean? Like when Mike showed me, I was like, oh hell no! Like I wouldn't want to, as a Black woman, wouldn't want to see that shit rolling through my neighborhood, and I damn sure don't want Chase standing on the curb looking at the city bus rolling by with lady ass cheeks bent over, titties swinging. Like, nah, like that shit wasn't cool. Like that's not cool. Shit ain't cool.
So, this is really, first of all, let me say this. I remember Doggy Style's album cover. And when Doggy Style's album cover came out, I was like blown back. Some people can remember 2 Live Crew when they had all the women standing with their asses, side by side. But Doggy Style to me kind of took the cake. Now, of course, he put a dog's face on it, but we're not retarded. We understand exactly what that was, right? What Meek did or allowed to happen or was a part of was definitely in bad taste. And like Crystal said, when he responded to that question, all he did was deflect what he should have answered. Point blank, it was wrong. You should have put the shit on the bus. Now I'll say this. If he would have done it and not had the titties out and the little pink spot, then but the little pink spot was a bit much. I mean, seriously though, for real. That's a little bit in bad taste. That's rough right there. Because it just draws too many questions for little children, right? I think that we're in a time now. You remember when years ago when we used to watch, our parents would watch movies. I don't know how your setup was, but my parents would watch movies. If I happened to be laying in their bed, I would try to peek over my mother's shoulder to look at whatever they was looking at, and they would, get down. It's time to go to bed. Mm-hmm. And they might be watching anything. I'll be laying there and listen to somebody doing some wild shit on the TV screen, right? But even on the TV screen, they kind of like clipped shit out. Mm-hmm. Like, you didn't really see anything. It was almost like soft porn, hide the privates the entire time. Yeah. Now, you might see somebody's balls or anything in a regular TV show on Fox. You know what I'm saying? So we have to. We've been groomed to adjust to this type of behavior because years ago this wouldn't even have been a topic of conversation. This wouldn't even have been a possibility. Nobody would have ever, MTA or whatever bus company out there would have never allowed that to happen. Never mind what the artist wanted. They would have never allowed that to happen because, it would have caused too much of an issue. Like you said, I like art. I definitely like art. I've seen some shit that is definitely in bad taste. I've seen some things that is not appropriate for children to be a part of. Let's not act like certain things are definitely not for children, they're for adults. That is an adult scenario. That's an adult art picture. But when your child sees it, it just draws a lot of questions and a lot of conversation. Again, if you take out the little the little pink cotton ball, then I mean, I don't know, yo. Like that shit.
It was a bit much. It was a bit much, and like because LaShawna said, but the artist was a female from Chicago, which is cool.
Yeah, we're not debating
if he kept it on his album cover, and not on the public bus.
I think that's where it gets us. The bus part, I think, kind of makes me be like, why the public bus? Now, if it would have been his tour bus, I mean, can't nobody say nothing about that, but city bus,
I could still say something about it, but this. Yeah,
not his tour bus. I mean, this is what it is. First of all, if you brought your kids to the show, then you already know what it is.
But the tour bus travels through the town.
Yeah, it's quick though. The city bus like is at front of your kid's school. Like, but you got to get on it. Like,
you showing them titties and ass to all the kids in all the towns and cities.
Yeah, that's true.
I just feel like we really had to be a little more mindful of children. Like we don't even think about how children are going to respond to these things. Now I had a big conversation, and every time these types of this type of dialogue comes up, I bring this up. Some people will say that the only people who have a problem with this type of stuff is adults because children don't understand what they're looking at, right? But as an adult, aren't you supposed to be a parent? Aren't you supposed to protect them from growing up a little too early? See, that's why you have these little girls having sex and having babies at the age of 13 and 14 years old because they're being introduced way too early. I'm not saying it doesn't happen at school. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't happen at school. I'm not saying that they're not going to meet young boys or whatever. That's not going to cause them to have certain thoughts prior to. But damn, I mean, don't you as a parent have to do the best that you can with what you have or the opportunities that you have to protect your children from certain things? Society is almost taking that all away from you. We just looked at the DC comic thing. That was sexual. Like you can't say anything different. That was sexual. We just looked at the fucking tour bus or the public bus. That was sexual. Like why does everything have to be over sexualized? Why does everything have to be geared towards children? Again, art. Art is a cartoon type of picture. Depicted for who? As an adult, we understand it, but a child sees it, they're going to see something different. It looks totally different to them. They're going to have questions. They're going to start looking at it. They're going to say, hey, damn, you know what? It's a little girl in my school that's built like that or looks like that.
Yeah, let me see them titties like on Meek Mill's bus.
Yeah. What's that little pink spot? You got a little pink bunny rabbit tail and shit? You know, when you bend over, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot.
And you know what? Like Nell said in the comments, because sex is a major seller. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. What's the name of that spot? USA Boutique. Yo, I went in USA Boutique every week because of a girl that was working in there. Yo, I ain't even want to buy shit. I wasn't going nowhere. I just was going just because the girl was in there. Now, fast forward, that was the girl that I stayed in the hotel with the entire time. I was down CIAA.
It's paid off.
Now the truth comes out.
But yo, I'm telling you, yo, USA Boutique had that shit down pat. So I definitely agree. Sex definitely sells, but we have to be mindful of something. We have children that don't understand. We have children that are still trying to figure it out. We have parents that are struggling to have conversations with their children because they don't really understand themselves. They're trying to adjust. We're all trying to adjust to this new. I don't even want to say the new normal because normal is normal. Like there is no such thing as the new normal. We have to stop being okay with that term. But the reality is, yo, it's only one normal. And because things are changing, we shouldn't have to adjust to the ridiculous shit that's going on. If you don't agree, you don't agree. That period. You don't have to hate it or whatever. You just don't agree. That's okay. But it's geared towards children and it's making them grow up entirely too early, man.
Absolutely.
And something has to be done. There has to be more conversations about how are the children going to be protected from this? I don't see an answer right off the top of my head, but how are the children going to be protected from this? I know some women that won't allow their children to watch TV. And the reason why they don't is because there's so much stuff on TV that they cannot monitor exactly what is happening and what is not happening.
My nephew was like that. With his kids.
Even when you talk about YouTube, you have YouTube Kids. There is shit that's on YouTube Kids that is not appropriate for children. I could tell y'all something that's on YouTube Kids right now that your child probably has watched, and you would be surprised what the fuck it's about, right?
All right, our guest is here. Don't forget.
So what you telling me, yo? Stop.
I'm not telling you to stop. I was just politely.
Bring the guest in, yo. I don't want to talk no more. Yo.
I want to know what show it is that the kids are watching on YouTube.
So it's something. It's something called Muffin Time.
Muffin Time.
Muffin Time. But see, Muffin Time, and it hasn't been taken off. Muffin Time hasn't been taken off, and I found out about it because of
Muffin Time.
My ex-girlfriend's daughter was singing the song. So Muffin Time is about a muffin, but it's all about suicide. That's what it is. The muffin's talking about killing itself.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna have to pull that up when we come. Well, after before Ike came in or after Ike. So our guests are here. Let me see if I can play a little theme music.
Oh Jesus!
You know, I like to be a little fancy every
oh
now
Lord!
and then.
Oh
Lord! Hey!
Let's explore.
How y'all doing?
Hey,
Crystal and Brandon.
Hey.
Brandon, you see that? I don't say your name first no more. I say your wife's name first.
That's okay. That's all right. Hey.
You're still my guy, though.
A man behind a woman still a man, so it's all good.
There you go.
I have no problem.
Come on.
Okay. I've been married too long. Trust me, I got the moves.
y'all funny.
We appreciate you all for coming in. Long overdue, because one thing in this world you do not do, and I learned this years ago, is keep one of Jimmy Briscoe's daughters waiting and not have them come on. And so I do apologize. I don't want no smoke. I really do. You knew it was coming.
I really miss y'all.
So I have been watching quietly and hitting the like button and just seeing everything that you two have been doing as a team, as a unit, as a family. And it's awesome. You're on your third location, Shades of Beauty. How did this even come about? Like, because our history as African Americans, like, this was our niche. Like, this was us.
Right.
Because we needed products for us, by us, because we know us. So how did it start for you all?
So my mother, if you didn't know, is a licensed cosmetologist. So, ever since I was born, she did hair. And she didn't, her clientele was like, I was a shampoo girl at 8 years old, so I've been a hustler from way back, making tips, washing hair. But I was so used to going to all of the beauty supply stores with her and or going to Sally's, but we never went to a store where owners looked like us. Mm-hmm. So fast forward to being an adult and being a parent myself, going into the Korean stores and noticing they don't even like or respect us, but they take our money. So that was just one thing that we wanted to change, or, just be a part of the solution. So when I started doing research, I noticed that maybe less than 2% of all hair stores in the United States were owned by Black people. That's sad, because we are the number one consumer and it's $1 billion industry. So it's about time that we get into that game too, because all of these Korean businesses, our era, like going back, they own stores in our neighborhoods and all their children went to private schools while we went to public schools. And then they, went on to become doctors, lawyers, business owners in their own right. But growing up, we didn't have that as a role model. And I'm from Baltimore City. You know that, Mike, from Sandtown, Winchester, and Baltimore. So the only time I saw a white person was in 3 roles, right? 1 was a police officer, 2 was a teacher, and the 3rd, they were coming in my area to buy drugs. So, we didn't have any business owners to look up to. I know I didn't in my neighborhood. So I wanted to change that.
The 2% thing got me because where were we? It's this real like a huge beauty supply store out here.
Oh, Beauty World.
Yeah, it's called Beauty World. And I mean, when I say huge, I mean
it's like a little
like a department store
here.
for
Wow.
beauty products. And but from a book that I'm reading, it was talking about how the beauty supply lane was our niche, and so now every time I see one, my curiosity is like, is it owned by Black people?
And you did ask me that when we drove by. I was like, no.
I mean, probably not.
And it's right in the hood. Oh no, it's not.
And I felt, and it is crazy, and it's true what you said. That's why when you said that, I didn't know that the numbers were that low. I'm not surprised, but I'm not surprised, but I did not realize that it was just 2%. But okay, so what distinguishes, and forgive my ignorance, because if I look on Instagram, all my people are selling hair, like they like all up and down selling hair. So what would distinguish it? Why is that not added in the number? That part of it, like what separates it?
So if you're an independent private vendor, right, just selling bundles and selling hair, you're still not a commercial retail business owner. Okay. So you're not going to be lumped in as a retail owner because you don't have a storefront. There are even some Black women and men who have online beauty supply stores, but those are still like they'll sell on Amazon or they'll open up their own, website, but they're still not categorized as a retail location. So they also can't get some of the hair and products that we can because we are licensed. So some of the big hair companies won't give them accounts like we can get accounts. And let's not even start talking about accounts, because accounts for a Black store, it could take us years to get the same accounts that they will automatically give a Korean store. But by the grace of God, Shades of Beauty has all the accounts that the Koreans have.
Want to do it?
That was a hustle. That was a hustle.
It took a whole lot. But we work with other Black-owned stores, and we help them out because we have to.
Sounds like you got your beauty supply store for Blacktopia.
Oh yeah. We trying to focus on how we're gonna build Blacktopia. You got Chinatown. You got Little Italy. So
Color Country.
We haven't decided yet. Color Country, Blacktopia. We still trying to figure it out.
They doing that in Atlanta.
For real?
Right now, it's I forget what it's called, but that concept there is live there.
Yeah. Oh, so y'all playing games now. They were listening to us. They was listening to us. See?
Yep. Because I actually saw the article for the beauty supply store that got picked.
Oh no! Oh no! See, y'all better get on it. Y'all better get on the Baltimore needs Blacktopia. Bring it on.
But look, we down.
Yep.
We'll open a store down there.
Y'all Baltimore. Y'all can keep color. What do you call it? What you call it? G color what?
Color Country.
Color Country. We'll take Blacktopia, North Carolina.
We'll want that.
So what was one of the Brandon? I think you agree. Say something. I know you had a thought. I know I don't want you.
Yeah, it was just about the whole account thing, and it's the fact that Crystal has these ideas, and I always say you crazy, but she is a hustler, and I love the hustle, and this is how our chemistry always bonds so well when we come to business, and I love like building operations and how that look. And these accounts, when we had first started, I was like, what you mean we can't get an account? And the way they design it, oh man, they good on trying to make sure that industry is Korean driven and always will be.
Oh wow.
But what they don't realize is, Black people know how to do business as well.
Hello.
And guess what? Who's gonna be able to market to this clientele better than us? And so they started to give in to these ways. And again, we're not nowhere near the first of ownership, but we did have to go around a whole lot of loopholes and a whole lot of different obstacles and find loopholes. Sorry, to get in, and where we ended up fitting in. And to what Crystal was saying is that now we want to make sure that the next set of someone who wants to come and do this industry doesn't have to go through them and with the consultant network that she does. And that's really important for the both of us.
That's cool.
And see, and that's the thing, like
Each one teach one.
exactly that part right there is, I think, where we miss it a lot of times.
Oh heck yeah! Too scared that someone's going to get ahead of us.
Instead of
right. A lot of people don't want to share. That's right.
So that's how we're. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Crystal.
No, I was just gonna say Brandon was right. I forgot to even mention. We have clients from all over the country, primarily Black women, and we show them from point A to Z how to open and operate their own stores.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
And it's built in our culture that we do this, right? Y'all remember growing up, where you get those tennis shoes from? Oh, we got them from New York. Can't get these nowhere else. We're going to this secrecy of exclusivity, but again, if it comes down to us as a culture, a race, and then business, and helping other people who don't have these tools to figure out exactly how they're trying to be successful in their lane, why not give it to them? I mean, this is just spreading our culture and the wealth where it belongs in the first place.
And I'll tell you, it's still a secret society. There is a Korean-owned beauty supply store association that we're not invited to. And they have networks where they'll buy collectively, so their prices are lower. They'll help one person, like all the business owners, to get together and give them $100,000 and say,
I've heard of
open the
that
store, and then you pay it back, pay it off. But we don't have a network like that. So we trying to change the game too for our people, so we can have some sort of network.
Damn. So I don't even understand how the Korean population got into the whole the beauty supply game for us.
Because they saw where we started lacking, and we gave up.
There you go.
We gave up our rights to what belonged to us.
Did we give up? Did all of it done?
We didn't fight hard enough. We didn't fight harder. We may have fought, but did we fight hard enough?
Right.
To keep what belonged to
remember,
us? They found that niche, and they saw a need, and they had the money.
Yep.
To push.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. Do y'all remember all of the corner stores? Well, this is before our generation. But like our parents' generation, all of the corner stores and the stores on Pennsylvania Avenue and Greenmount, they were all Black owned.
Yeah, I remember.
And then we lost it. That. And then all of the Koreans came in and they bought it. Now it's Indian and Greeks, but
I think Koreans got a hand
they bought it from right underneath of us.
They take and they watch our culture, right? Or I should say they watch and then they take. Remember security, they turned that whole section that I don't know if it still is that soul. And you go in there and okay, they have some Korean foods and things, but then you got like an airbrush spot and this type of quote unquote hip hop type of clothing stores that's catered to no other than us, nobody else but us. And they come and they watch, they say, oh, okay, we know what we think you like, and we're gonna try to mimic that. So they saw for a long time in various industries, and in the beauty supply, and they're closer to Africa and India, to where some of the source is coming from. And they like you said, they take that money and they just keep on going.
Oh, and they do their homework. There's a couple different magazines in the industry. You all wouldn't receive them, but we get them. And it's nothing but Black products, Black faces, but it's all in Korean. We would have to translate it to even understand what a lot of the editorials are, because it's not for us. we're entitled to receive it, so they have to send it to us. But it's not for us. And we translated some of the stuff. They study us. They tell the store owners, the Korean store owners, exactly what to look for, what to buy. They talk about, the black woman likes this, the black man is into this because of X, Y, and Z. And it's like, wow, some of it is right. Not all of it is right, but
they gotta
really
know how to make their
us.
money by targeting our needs.
Yes.
And how else do you
Crystal,
do that for studying?
Don't forget to tell them about the secret shoppers.
Oh boy,
it ain't no secret.
Right? They not look. We can be
stores?
secret shoppers, but they come in our store mad. They don't even speak. We see them all the time. They don't buy nothing. They just go around, and we just let them go. They take pictures. They write down stuff. Do you? And we do the same thing. Real angry, but let them be mad. That means we doing something right.
That's right. That's right. But see, this is where the problem lies, because they do that, and then they're already in our neighborhoods, but then they cut us at the price. So therefore, what your people going to do? They're going to bypass you instead of supporting you. They're going to go to the Asian because the Asian done cut the price by $3.
Absolutely, you
They got
are
to
very
follow
right.
you around the whole store.
But you know what? The black movement and being intentional where you spend your money, it really is a thing. Like the past 2 years, people have been really intentional where and who they support. So it's been helping us. Of course, it could be better. We're not making money like the Koreans are, but people will spend that extra 50 cents on that brush through us because they understand that we're not even, gaining the profit that they're gaining. Because we can't right now. But that's why we need a bigger network, because we all can come together, buy in bulk and buy in mass, and then we can be more competitive.
Is that distribution that Rudy was talking about, a professor?
So that's what I was just about to bring up. So I have a question for y'all, but that's exactly what I was going to say. So that's something we've talked about a couple of times on this show about distribution, about how the larger networks are able to sell their products at a cheaper price because they're buying in a much larger quantity. So they get it for a little bit cheaper than, for lack of a better word, the mom and pop shops are going to be able to get those products. So then you have the person that goes to the mom and pop shop to buy, let's say, toilet paper. The toilet paper at the mom and pop shop might cost $2. You go to Walmart, it might be $1. By default, not wanting to patronize Walmart, really wanting to patronize the mom and pop shop, they're going to go to Walmart only because their money says this is what I have to do because I can't afford to pay the $2, right?
Right.
But if we had somebody that was more concerned about distribution as opposed to concerned about teach his own, more concerned about sending a kid to college. If they were more concerned about distribution, then the black community could get a lot further. But you just said something that I didn't think about. So there is a possibility that if, and this is a huge if as people of color, if we could actually build a network where we are actually purchasing the products like the Walmarts from the same distributor at the same time and just issuing it out. So maybe if let's say, I'm gonna just say 2,000 different businesses all need toilet paper. We all order, or one person is the person that orders, and they just distribute it to everybody. Then we can compete with the Walmart. So there is another way to do it besides having the distribution rights to those things. So that's something that's hopeful because that is a possibility. So the question I have for you guys is: so the pandemic hurt a lot of people. How did you survive through the pandemic, or what happened through the pandemic for you?
We got a great story for that. It did not hurt us. It actually propelled us. When Maryland issued the store closures, it was, so we have 2 business partners. It's all in the family. My twin sister's one of them. but nobody wanted to stay open. But I'm looking at Brandon like, well, what are we supposed to do? We still had a rent to pay. Even if we don't pay employees, that rent isn't going anywhere. So BGE is not stopping. You know, the other things, the insurances aren't stopping. So I was like, well, y'all can do what you want, but I'm staying open. I mean, I know I can't physically be open, but I said, come on, Brandon, we're going to start delivering this hair. If I have the products in the store, then I'm going to get them out. So we literally started delivering when all stores in Maryland were closed. We were out delivering hair and products, and it blew up. We had 9 drivers out delivering hair. We were answering calls like a call center, 2,000 to 3,000 calls a day for a little teeny store. So we were getting shipments in every day. I'm talking about cases of hair. It was something that I'd never seen before. But we didn't stop. I mean, we had women on the phone crying, telling us they still got to go to work, but they don't have any way to get their hair done. Like all of the salons were closed. So I understood that. And it was so overwhelming at first because I'm talking like we were doing business like we had never seen. So I got frustrated. Like, this is just too much. Like, I can't handle it. But when you have women thanking you and crying and like banging on the doors, like they knew we were in there, but we couldn't open the doors, like desperate to get it, you saw the struggle. It's like, well, all of the Koreans just closed their door. They forgot about us. What are we supposed to do? So I decided to just, grin and bear it and keep moving for the community. At that point, it wasn't even about us or the money.
And let me add on. So one of the reasons why we saw it was because we were the only store open. So the pandemic shut Maryland down, right? It shut all stores that weren't quote unquote essential. Man, we took that policy that they had, we pulled it apart. We say, you know what? We can fit right here, and we can open the doors for delivery. Right? Deliveries. There's nothing in this clause that say we can't. So we started doing this. Now, the advantage we had, we don't have any strong accents when you calling in looking for a specific thing. There is no language barriers. So remember we were talking about earlier, it's like they be watching towards the end of the shutdown before we started opening back up. Those Korean stores started doing it.
Everybody was open because they heard about us.
Yep.
Wow.
But we was able to just kind of gain on that market of, and then not to mention we had employees and we didn't want them to be infected affected if we could.
We were actually paying them more.
Yep.
So we were giving them what I call hazard pay to come out in COVID. I'm like, if we're getting more, then y'all getting more. So we were writing separate checks to our employees just for coming out. So yeah, it was we were able to get through it. And the thing is, the reason why we are so successful is because we follow the letter of the law, right? Like we had a whole lot of police officers and the fire marshals coming by when we were closed, and we had all of the stuff on the doors, like showing how we were in compliance and how we can still, be operational. And they couldn't say anything. This isn't a fly-by-night hustle for us, right? We file our taxes correctly. We have the proper insurances, the proper certificates. We make sure we are above board because we also setting the standard of a Black business.
That's what I was going to say. You set the standard, and you also build a different level of trust and relationship with your clientele
and the community
during that period, just by doing something a little different and a little extra. Kudos to you guys for sure. Like,
thank you so much.
I didn't know that. Like, that's
because, like you said, the Asian market, they shut their doors. It was not a second thought. It was no way. How can we get around this? Because at the end of the day, when they shut their doors, they not worried about employees.
They're really not, because
they're not worried about.
We have a thing called business insurance and business interruption insurance. So we still would have got paid, you know, like as a business owner, but our employees wouldn't have got paid. The people would not have been serviced.
Right.
So it's not all about the money when you have somebody crying on the phone and you understand their pain.
Because I know
I'm like, thank God
that
I
was the
had to go
longest I
in.
had ever went without getting a haircut, and we still had to go. It was
Hey,
bad.
Mike.
We
Here we
sold multiple clippers every day. We delivered it to people's houses.
There you go.
Hey, Mike, I just noticed something.
Uh-oh.
What happened to your bed, yo?
Yeah. I didn't want to be the one. So I let him live, Debo. I let him live.
Something different about
It ain't
your
like
bed.
it was.
Yeah,
he had that patch.
I cut this part down.
You remember he had that patch on bed and shit.
Little man.
Who had that patch on bed?
I better leave my husband alone.
Now you got a real beard again.
Not a real beard again.
Y'all, like, we got company and shit. Like, I mean, come on.
That ain't company. We know them for years. This ain't company.
That don't matter. Like, we gotta be. It's a different level of professional we have to show.
You know, he send out professional emails and
I send out emails. I send out. Like, I don't just approach people. Like,
I'm so impressed.
Right.
I love it.
I'm supposed to put on a suit. Like, what's happening?
I was like, I've been knowing Mike and Granville since I was 14.
Well, shit. Brandon go back to Woodlawn Middle.
All right.
Yep.
I was family.
Yeah, this is like, and it was because I really been watching. I was like, dang, a beauty supply store. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like another one. Oh, dang. Like, oh, another one. Oh, damn.
Right.
So
Remember,
which one was the hardest?
Cheaper our products will be.
Yeah, that's true. So which store was the hardest? Number 1 or number 3?
And where's all 3 located?
Good question. So we have one in Middle River, Maryland, right beside the Target.
That's number 1.
3,000 square feet. And what sits behind that is our braiding salon. So we have a 6-station braiding salon right there because there is no way to get your hair braided unless you go to somebody's house in Middle River.
Oh.
So we
y'all
did
hit a
that.
whole other market, but y'all wasn't gonna tell us that, but that's okay. All right, keep going.
And then our other 2 are located in malls. So White Marsh Mall, which is Baltimore County. And then the third one that we just opened is in a mall in Columbia, and that's Howard County.
Okay, so now you know I got a question. So we got the county. Is the city hard to get into?
I'm gonna tell you, the city is saturated. Think about it.
With the Asians, so they not letting us in.
Right. No, it would be like from a business standpoint, that would be hurting us because we get in where we fit in. So even though we're in a county, we're in the black areas.
Yeah.
You know, right? Our demographics support us being in. And guess what? We're the only hair store in Middle River, whether it be Asian owned or not. We're the only in White Marsh other than Sally's. So we also look for markets where our people need us.
Ah. Okay. I guess. I'm gonna be quiet.
But people have asked that question a lot.
So I got a question too. So how do you get products in your store?
How do we get products?
No. So like let's say that like for instance me, I created a bed balm.
Oh, yes.
How do you get a product into your store?
That's a great question. So we do have a vendors program, and it's a consignment program. Mm-hmm. So we feature and we highlight them. So when you walk in our store, let's say you were looking for that beard butter or, beard oil, right? Mm-hmm. And you ask our sales associate, the very first thing that she's supposed to tell you is, check out our independent Black brands. They have really good beard oil products, but we also have industry, beard oil too. But we have a separate spot in our store. We have a wall that's dedicated just to the local Black-owned brand, such as yourself. So it's a commission base. You receive a percentage of your sales, and we receive a small percentage of your sales for shelf space. And you actually win more than we do because you don't have to pay to come into our stores. You get paid when your stuff sells.
Nice.
Are you all listening? Like everybody that tunes into this show regularly, like I hope you all are listening because this isn't just about, two African Americans who own a beauty supply store. This is this is a whole growth opportunity that they are given. This is what we've been talking about. And I didn't know, majority of this, I didn't know. I'm on the outside looking in. I see two people that I grew up knowing, just doing what they're supposed to do, taking care of their family, loving each other, and starting businesses. That's what life's all about to me. Start business, love each other, take care of your family, keep it moving.
Yep.
So, question: even though the beauty market is your market, and I heard you say consulting, do you guys do consulting on the business side, period, or just in that lane
the beauty
right
supply
now?
lane.
So I've only done it in the beauty supply industry, but I could do it for any business. I just haven't. So I'm not going to limit myself and say, oh, I wouldn't, because, he has a business degree. We've been entrepreneurs for 20 years now? It's been a long time. I think about 20 years.
Yeah, that's a different lane. And like I said, we could probably do it, but that's like a whole business. It becomes a whole business in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes time.
Which we don't have.
But right now, what you all are doing is the way you're doing it now is going to help us and also help get that price down.
Yeah,
we got to get the price of the brick down. The brick,
so we can be competitive, stay around.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, y'all are doing a thing, that's for sure. Kudos to you guys, for sure.
And we do things to offset. Like we do a lot of giveaways. We'll have free lash weekend. You come in, you buy anything. It could be $1 comb, and you still get a free pair of lashes. Or Black Friday we'll have $10 wig sale. So we try, and then we always every single week in our store, and any of our customers can attest, we give out samples. Whenever we get samples in, we give them out. It's a lot of stores who try to sell them. We don't do that. Even full size samples, we give them to the community.
Oh wow!
So we try to give back where we can.
Somebody asked the question, which store was the hardest to open? 1, 2, or 3? Definitely the first one.
Yeah.
Now it's a no-brainer. We know exactly all the way. We'll go into any empty space or maybe even a space that already has tenants, and we can look at it and say how it would be designed, how it would be painted, the color schemes, what would go on certain products, knowing the area of the demographics of again, Columbia and Middle River. Columbia is going to sell just slightly different types of products than Middle River will because of the graphics we have to also cater to. And then, but the first one was
we didn't know what we were doing.
A learning experience. All of them are learning experience. So let me say that all of them are, but the first one was the first of the first.
Yeah. It's like moving into your first apartment.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Who do I call?
Anybody tell me I need a toilet?
Right. But we together, I will say we are such a good unit and a good team business wise, because we can walk into a space together. And I'm so good with staging now. I can see it before it's even there, but I can tell him this is what I want, and he'll make it happen.
Most times I be like, I don't know. I don't see what you see.
I promise you will look good.
This is not going to work. I don't know what
And then my father, he's a contractor, so he getting old. So he's like, you need to stop. Every day you opening the store. But he's there and he helps us. And between Brandon and my father, we can't lose.
Have you thought about franchising?
People ask us that. I've actually had some phone conversations with a couple of different franchise attorneys. And it seems like a possibility. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of legalese, you know what I mean? But it might be worth it. Okay. It might be worth it.
Well, let us know. Shades of Beauty, Hair and Supply. Middle River, Columbia Mall, White Marsh Mall. Let people know how they can follow you, find out more about the store, and even those specials. Because you know we love specials.
So you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. if you just type in Shades of Beauty, and I think our Instagram title is Shades of Beauty Hair Supply. So if you just type in Shades of, we'll pop up. We can always be reached, even though we're not in the stores every day. If you call one of our stores and you leave a message for me, or you leave a if you leave a message for me, right? I always try to get back to people. It may not be the same day, but I really do try to stay in tune and in touch, right? Specials. We always have specials. Every Monday you get 10% off any wig. We have bundle specials. 3 bundles for a certain price. You know what I mean? So we have different specials that allow people to get a better price than the Koreans. So
and also, if anybody ever comes in, got to ask about our loyalty program. So all of these things that we're talking about now, you'll be part of that loyalty program where you can build points for every purchase you make. After a certain $100, you get $5 off your next purchase.
Yep.
You'll get all the email or text blasts when we do these promotions.
Yep.
So it's worth it and it's free, just like any other loyalty programs out there for the major stores. We're gonna, well, at least I'm working on incorporating this. It's almost like a virtual suggestion box. So when you come into the stores, you can scan for a QR code, and it'll pop up a little web screen on your browser. So if we don't have a product that you've been looking for, some people, again, we cater to each market that we're in. Some people have hair growth issues. Some people are trying to do X, Y, and Z and be more natural with natural oils. And if we're not carrying it, that QR code, when you scan it, you just let us know and it comes directly to us. And then that's how we can build analytics and we can know exactly what to keep in the stores.
And I just have one last question, because of course, like, we're here in North Carolina and we have a base all over. Is there a website that people can order from you guys yet and ship to them?
We have a website, shadesofbeautyhair.com, and you can order bundles and wigs. So our premium bundles and wigs from there. But we're working on our e-commerce.
Okay.
Because that's my IT guy. Look, we're working on our e-commerce right now, and we've actually paid for the service. We just need to do it. So then you'll be able to see in live time what we have in stock. So if I have 10 Shining Jams on the shelf, it'll say, online, like, available. But then if all 10 of them are sold, it'll say, not available. So people aren't ordering like crazy, and we can't fulfill it. So we are working on that.
Cool. Just was asking because, of course, like I said, with people all over wanting to support a Black business to get our beauty products, want to know we had that access just yet. It's coming, ladies. It's coming.
Well, I definitely appreciate you both for not ignoring me. I always appreciate it when people just. I'll take a quick no instead of and just please don't ignore me. But I appreciate it. I never thought that you would, though. And anybody that's watching, like,
look, we're friends from way back.
This is Crystal. Like, I've known Crystal for a while. I don't talk to Crystal every day or whatever, but I know Crystal, and this is the same person I'm talking to now is the same person I talked to years ago. And and the other guy back there, I don't know. He used to be my homie. Now he act like I don't even know what's going on with him. You made him such a better man. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You made him a better man. So I'm so happy for him.
I'll take that.
No, but I really appreciate both of y'all. Definitely, thank you. Hopefully we can have you back on because I know people have tons of questions. Absolutely. And just the way you all handle your business and your business model and just what you're doing, like, I mean, it's awesome and it's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Shades of Beauty Hair and Supply.
All right.
NJ Rich had a question.
I know, but if I answer his question now, I'm sorry. I Ike going here. I'm trying to be professional, and now you. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Anything you need from us, if you need me to post it, blast it, whatever, all you gotta do is drop it in the box, and I'm on it. I know all 3 people on social media, so I got you. My 3 people will be through.
Right.
Send out one of those professional emails.
Brandon in Crystal, Tennessee, everybody. Thank y'all very much.
No problem.
All right.
Brother Ike is in the building. Sorry, brother, we had you sitting in the background. Damn, he got all of his study time.
Yeah, that's his notes.
We
up
can
there.
tell. We can tell when it's study time.
Oh, y'all see my Pictionary up there and
When it's study
everything.
time.
Yeah, this is grind time for me. So I call this the no excuse boards. So when I walk in here, it's crazy. I had my dad in here. He came in. He was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I'm like, "Pops, you wouldn't know that. This ain't your profession. This is what I do, dog."
Let him know.
You ain't gotta talk to dad like that. You ain't gotta talk to dad like that, all right?
I had to.
I bet you he backed up when he said it though. He took a couple steps
I
back.
ain't back up. Don't forget, I'm still bigger than my pops, dog.
Oh.
Hey, yo, if you want to see a funny relationship, yo, have you ever watched the dude Chico and his father, yo?
Oh my goodness, yo.
Oh shit.
You know Chico Ike?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yo, that's a funny scenario.
They definitely are crazy. You got that video, dog? I ain't as mad about that video as I was before, but still a good video to see and to kind of comment on.
Oh shit.
Oh Lord, you only had it for 2 weeks, baby.
I know, but I'm in the wrong
folder.
Profile on the laptop. It's in another folder. No, you sent it to me on IG, right?
Yep.
All right.
Dang, it's short today. Everybody on vacation? Vacation time?
G was here.
G was here, but then I think his pager went off.
Oh shit.
So his beep went off. Yeah, to go and.
I got you.
Page.
I got you.
Hold up, I got it. I'm just gonna pull it from IG Live because I think the audio should be good today.
All right.
So nobody should give me no issues. Brian, yep, here you go. All right, I don't want it to play no sound yet.
Big Teddy, yo.
The volume going. All right. See, never fear. Mike Cooley know what he over here doing. You know what I'm talking about. All right, let me know if y'all can hear it.
If you're not in the 2021, then what you win?
I'm at Uncle Ren's Popcorn that I own with my employee over there making these residual ends. Now I'm in Smoking Phoenix Cigar Lounge 3 doors down making some more residual ends. You see, this gentleman is part of that 16% that I was talking about in a previous video that will never get it, that will never understand exactly what's important and what's not. That doesn't make any sense. So what? You're in a 2020. And this is my 2016 Mustang. And in about 3 months, I'll have that car wrapped with everything about Smoking Phoenix as a marketing tool because I'm looking at that as something that brings some more residual ends. You see, we get caught up into this flash mentality. And living here in Atlanta, we get that a lot. A lot of people, especially Black people, get caught up into this flash mentality of having something right now, not realizing that what you need to do is focus on delayed gratification of your money. I am almost 50 years old. I'll be there in a couple of weeks. And the fact of the matter is, all my efforting right now and what has been for the last few years, especially since I've taken all this time to learn things that I never learned in school, things I did not learn from my parents, is to build something that brings generational wealth, to build a company that functions without me so that my paycheck, my money is not dependent upon somebody else's decisions. This is why this is only the beginning. Eventually, in the next 5 years, I will build a farm that produces my own tobacco so that I own the resources that will bring about the popcorn, bring about the tobaccos in order for me to make my own cigars. That is also why I will own a farm that will make my own popcorn so that I own the resources that provides for my popcorn shops as I grow them, as I grow both of them. This is also why we have to get into the mentality of playing chess on our own chessboard and not playing chess on a board that was never meant for us. You see, the American corporation is not meant for you. No, it's not. The American corporation is meant for those land-owning Anglo-Saxon white males who created it for themselves. And I'm not mad at them. That's what I would have done as well. I would build a system that fits for every generation after me for people who have the same interest of me. But instead of playing chess on their chessboard, you got to play chess on your own chessboard. Hence, gaining the businesses that will function in your community that people need. I had a guy today, he wants to open a janitorial. Every damn body can open a janitorial. Get something that people have to have and build an empire on that.
Guess he told us.
Not in the 2021, then what you win?
Part of why I said that, because that shit have you cracking up with the end on there and everything. But the other part that I sent to it, I get his points. Like, I get his points. My thing is like the resources that he's talking about. Like, hey, I'm starting this business and this is going to provide generational wealth. No, it's not. That's providing the wealth for right now. You don't have the other things in place that are going to build the generational wealth. You don't have to fucking create a whole new company to build that generational wealth or have that residual income. That's why they make life insurance. You know what I mean? That's why they make certain gift giving techniques. Sort of like NJ Rich kind of asked me, like, how do you give gifts to parents and everything? Like, it's so many different avenues and everything. And yo, NJ Rich, stop stealing my thunder, damn it. That's where I was going at.
He be right here, don't he?
Yeah, he right
been doing it for years.
But that's where I was getting at with that point of, like, everybody won't have to be an entrepreneur to provide for their family and to build their generational wealth. You have to look at what's your goal or what you're going to do. Like how you talk about, like, oh, don't open up the janitorial business because it's saturated. Well, why you got to open up one? Because it's still a need for that business. But I do get his point where he's saying find a resource where people aren't using. Yo, that's hard to find. Like, I know a bunch of us are still like, damn, why I ain't come up with Uber? Knowing damn well we all know, like, yo, the hack system, that's Uber. Like, yo, just on the phone. But I just say all that to say and bring it back to just say, yo, set your goals, and the one thing that social media does with the battling back and forth about what's right or wrong, do what's right for you. You know I come on here and I get on everybody like, yo, start an emergency savings account, start doing this, start doing that. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do, because I'm the one that's supposed to make sure you got that support system in place based on your goal. But one thing I don't do with any of my clients or anybody I talk to, if you say, yo, my goal in retirement is to travel across the country, I'm not going to say why. My thing is how.
Right. I was going to say that.
How are you going to travel across? Oh, I got $10,000 in my account. Where the hell you staying at? The Motel 6? $10,000 for 5 years to retire? And,
I got a camper.
Right, Motel 6 and everything. Set your goals based off of your goals that fits for you, and don't let other people try to detract you from setting your goals to something that you will want to be able to do. Because I caught him in something too. Notice when he said that the car, yeah, I'm gonna wrap that because I'm almost done with it. He was the same way that dude was that had the 2021. Because if you put math together, if you cracking on him saying something about that man getting that 2021, and you showcasing your drop top 2016 Mustang convertible, that's 5 years. More than likely, if you bought it, now you can pay it off, because now you ain't got to worry about if your car get repossessed, because now you can wrap it without getting into no shit. So the whole point of it is, yo, as Black people, yo, keep following your goals, man. But set your goal. Your goals are your goals. It's always if something works for somebody else, it might not work for you, as far as financially and everything. So go your route with what you're going to do, because we rely on this good old boy system just like other folks. Where we like, oh, my man's is doing this, so I'm gonna do it that way. Nah, that worked for him. Work on your goal that works for you, because you know. And one last point, that's like people to ask me, all right, you give financial advice, but you don't have no house, and I'm like, I don't need a house. I don't have no kids. Oh, well, you got all your nieces and nephews. Well, they have parents. I'm not taking a life insurance policy out or starting some type of fund for them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it out of the love of my heart because I'm Uncle Ike, but I'm not sitting up there to build generational wealth for them when they have their own parents. So everybody goes is different versus somebody that has 3-4 kids where it's like, yo, you better start putting some money on the side to build generational wealth for those kids in that case. So just keep your goals in mind as to which way you want to have it and you know, kind of go from there. And then it looked like NJ Rich had a question. Yo, it's funny. I just found out I can see the comments on here. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I just realized that. So you said, what suggestion do you have for gift giving for parents to kids? It's a couple ways. You can go to UGMA, UTMA, a 529, or even if you're giving them straight up cash. The one thing about everybody has an annual exclusion where you can give up to $15,000 to people, anybody, without any tax implications. So you can go. This is how a lot of rich folks and a lot of private foundations work. They have all that money and they start divvying it out to people, but they don't got to pay no taxes on that $15,000 on there and everything. So, I'm sorry. What's that? My Oscar thing, dog?
That's that. What's that on the radio when they be talking and they be like, they be like this, they start playing music like.
No, I didn't do that on purpose at all.
Yeah, but that's how you can do it, NJ, because you can give the money to them, but usually it's just a matter of how you want them to control it. Like if you got a kid that doesn't want to go to school, then that's when you go to UGMA, UTMA. But then that's also, even though you gift the money to them, you gotta watch out for the kiddie tax, because if they make money off of it, yeah, they gotta pay for different ways. So it's just depending on the goal that you have, or ultimately you can throw it into a trust and then just set up some type of guidelines within the trust documents to say whatever.
I want my hand on it now.
Right. So those are the ways that you can kind of gift some stuff to the kids, or just paying directly to like the schools, hospitals, or whatever they do that they're doing and everything like that. So yep.
There you go. Makes sense to me. Well, we appreciate it, brother.
All righty.
Our next guest is here. Everybody's so punctual today. Like, I'm really digging this. Like as always, do what you feel, my brother.
No, I'm sticking around for this. I mean, I'm always sticking around, but you know, because I'm hungry. So somebody got to. Yeah.
So to keep this thing going, our next guest is here. I got some theme music for him too. Everybody gets theme music tonight.
I ain't put no fucking soy sauce in the back, man.
Our next guest is here. Jay Flicks, James Dickey is in the building. Chef, author, photographer.
Wear a lot of hats.
Most definitely. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
This is what third? Second
time. Second time. Yeah, second time.
You still on the
No. I'm on. It's the third time. Third time. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're definitely on the wall. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey.
So are y'all about to eat?
No, they're eating now. I was because I made the suggestion that I should make some food. I thought you would send somebody over here. I made lobster biscuit cream and crab soup, so I don't have nobody to give it to.
So he's really trying to stay on this list that I have, right?
Yo, I'm about to pull up, yo.
Let me pull
Yo, I'm about to go pull up. I'm about to go pull up.
Look, you always know I got food for you. You good.
So when we first had you on,
yeah,
you did the book.
I did the book, yes.
Simple
Eats. Yep.
Since the book, I see you got the Dickey's dust.
Yeah, I got Dickey's dust. I got 5 different flavors. I got what do I have here? Let's see. Because now I'm doing industrial sizes now. So we got Italian herb.
Sorry.
We got all-purpose seasoning. So I don't even use seasoning anymore. I make my own. We got this is my sweet heat. This is my wife's favorite. The sweet heat.
Like something I would like. Sweet heat.
Yeah, we put that on everything. We got my Raging Cajun. And then lastly, I don't have a sample here, but it's my coffee rub that we use for steak and lamb and stuff like that.
Can we just
go back to the book real quick?
We can go back to no, we can skip the book. I know
All right, then. I'm gonna be quiet. Then I'm gonna be quiet.
That was Cooley's fault, though. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm still waiting. I'm gonna wait.
All right, so we already got questions for you, James. Before I go into my part, so NJ Rich says, "Are you looking to move into vegan/vegetarian food as more people are trying to eat healthier?"
Vegetarian food, absolutely. I'm working with a guy named his real name is Keon, but he goes by Chef Beyond. He's a classically trained chef, and he's helping me with some of the more of the vegetarian type dishes, as I'm not accustomed to making anything like, because people are like, yeah, make me a vegetarian dish, but I put like somebody may use like chicken stock was no longer a vegetarian dish. Like so I'm learning how to cook without using any kind of meat or additives or anything like that. So I made a couple of dishes for people, and they seem to turn out well. But I'm trying to get deeper into my culinary bag with that, because it's just like you said, it's becoming more and more of the thing to do with people trying to. Some people are just changing their diet completely and just doing all vegetarian type food. They don't want any kind of meat products, and so I try to be accommodating with that. Even with my be surprised, like I made grits without using any milk or heavy cream or anything, and I was surprised that they found them to be fantastic. So not that I'm doing that on a regular basis for people, but I know I can do stuff like that, stuff that is in my wheelhouse that people enjoy. I can make it so that it's vegetarian. So it's working out pretty well for me.
So let's just look at the page, because every once in a while I like to.
We don't have no dinner tonight, you know that, right? So we're gonna be sitting here hungry.
and just look at some of this deliciousness this brother has on the page. I mean, and this now, I knew James Dickey, as everybody said, yo, you can't mess with James on the grill. You've taken this thing from the grill to like you in the kitchen, like you like what's my man name? You Yo Gotti. You chefing it up in the kitchen. So what was this right here? This looks a little I got the veggies going on. What's this right here, James?
So that was as you said, I do have my own seasons, but I also make my own sauces. So this is a homemade meatloaf that I smoked on the grill and then finished it off with the marinara sauce. I think you've had that before. But yeah, like the meatloaf.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I smoked the meatloaf on the grill. Something different, like you put it on a cedar plank, make it just like a regular meatloaf. Like you put it on a cedar plank, put it off smoke, and then you smoke it for a couple hours, take it off, you put the marinara sauce on it, finish it off in the oven just so it get caramelized, and slice it up. And people seem to enjoy it. I mean, I'm always wondering, I'll look on IG or wherever Food Network and get an idea and see if I can put a twist to it, or if I see something that somebody else makes. Because there's a whole bunch of chefs on IG that are popular. I try to recreate the meals that they make and see how it comes out. And for the most part, I've been doing pretty well for myself.
Do you and Tiff have an extra bedroom for about a week, maybe two? I need Mike to come home and stay with y'all, because he needs like a week or two in like just courses.
Well, like Mike, if that's what you need, we can figure something out. Like again, I can box it up for you. You can drop it back down. Like when you pop up in Baltimore, like you pop up and on the whim, you're like, hey, it's on the whims. But if you give me a couple of days notice, I can give you some stuff to take back home. It's easy to do.
I need that thing gonna happen, because once he come home, then it's done. I need him to learn.
I definitely want the rubs and the that is definitely like that's not something easy to do. Like, so how did you like your palate? Like, how did you come up with the different rubs and the dust that you want to come up with?
So with the rubs, that was kind of a I just had to thin it out. So what happened was with the rubs, most of us have high blood pressure and like black people. So one of the things that I tried to do with some of my rubs is cut out some of the salt, even I myself. So in making my own rubs, I tried to use everything that I know that you could use in making Italian, because it's not difficult. Like Italian and herb rub is nothing but herbs. Like I'm not saying take every herb but you do take a bunch of herbs, you take maybe some onion powder, some garlic powder, things like that, and you grind them up and mix them up, and you can come up with your own nice little rub. Like if you go online, they give you tips on how to make your own rub and how to store it so that you can have them for 6 to 8 months. Because I mean, how many times have you bought in Lowry seasson salt, and after a month you need to go buy another one, you need to buy another one, you need to buy another one, or I mean, you know what I mean? So, and sometimes people are scared about variety. So I mean, I just had the idea like, hey, I can make my own rub. Let me see how difficult it is to make. I made one and I had some people try it out and they enjoyed it. Made another one, people tried it out, they enjoyed it. So I just kept going with it. And right now, like I said, I have 5 of them. I have 5 rubs, 3 barbecue sauces, 1 Alfredo, and 1 marinara sauce.
Yeah, I need that. I need to order that whole package, please.
So there's a girl that I follow that's an actual chef, and she did a couples cooking class. Have you thought about doing something like that?
So it's funny that you say that. Not necessarily well. Let me rephrase that. So I did think about it. The hardest thing to do is to find a ghost kitchen. People think ghost kitchens are easy to find, but they're hard to find. And then I found that they're more like just like they were talking about in regards to the beauty supply store. It's more like a club. You have to find an end to get in order to be a part of that. So with me being a very small business, proprietor one, sole proprietor, it's difficult for me to get into a ghost kitchen because all they see is me. They don't see like all the stuff that you guys see on IG and people buy my dinners and stuff like that. They just see I'm Simple Eats. It's one guy. What is he really going to do? How's that going to benefit us by bringing him in? It's not like I'm an IG star, or even a Boston. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like people enjoy my food. It's not like I'm part of the elite class of chefs within Baltimore. When you say somebody's name, of course, my friends know me, or a friend of a friend may know me, but at the same time, I'm not there yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. So it's kind of hard to find a ghost kitchen to get in order to do something like that. Like, could I use somebody's church? Yeah, but in a cooking class, you want them to cook with you. So you would need 3 or 4 different kitchens or eyes for people to be able to get in and do the things that they need to do. But I mean, it has been discussed. It has been discussed. Even doing it online, like somebody was trying to get me to do it on Twitch. There's some chefs on Twitch that cook live, so people are able to do it within their kitchen, and people just follow along. So I mean, those are ideas that I've had or come up with to think that maybe I can try to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I think that's something you should do. You obviously already got a camera and you're in your kitchen, so you're actually 3/4 of the way there already. So I really think, like, and I've always thought that, like, just like when Ike said it would have been dope if we could have did this interview differently than we did the first 2, more so on the cooking tip, and that, of course, that definitely would have been dope, and we still can eventually. But like stuff like that, like I think
let's set that up. I'm into that.
Yeah, because we did something like that, and Mike didn't want to do it at first, but once we got in the kitchen and like we really enjoyed that whole experience, and I think yours would be a lot different. And
like so, I've done it with Chef Tobias, a black chef, a well-known black chef. Now the only issue with his is that he'll hop on. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. He'll hop on and he'll give a cooking instruction like to follow. Like, this is what I do when I do this. He'll walk you through the whole process. I've only been on live. I've only been live with him one time when he's done it during the day where I could actually do it with him, and people enjoyed it. Like, you can see because he'll go back and forth like, hey, yeah, you're right, but this is how I chop it, and like he teaches you the technique on how to do certain things, which I think is thorough. Like, and anybody that takes the time to break it down for you for people to understand, because you basically, if I'm showing you something, whether I'm an expert or not, at that point in time, I'm the expert showing you, and the best way for you to understand is for me to break it down step by step, and not just assume that you understand that this is a pint or this is a quart or this, you know what I mean? Like, people don't always understand that, so you need to be able to break it down to them so that it's on their level. And I really do think I would actually enjoy that. I just have to find a way. Because once I get to cooking, I don't want to be bothered. Like, I'm in it. Like,
so that's your zone.
Yeah, like Ike knows, if I have Foolish Fridays, I'm trying to hit the deadline. So when they show up, their food is hot, it's ready to go. I'm not for a whole bunch of Nah, I'm cooking. What time you gonna be here? All right, bet. I talk to you. I mean, so I'm full. Yeah, pretty much. I try to be about my business. I try to keep it as I want to make food that's fresh, that tastes good, that people enjoy, and that's just my ultimate goal. Like, my goal isn't to become rich and famous or anything like that. It's just to provide food that people enjoy eating. That's it.
Doing something you love. It's gratification in doing something that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot to take out of like this situations like that, like this show. Like, I mean, it's all right, but I get to talk to my friends.
Yeah.
It's a kick.
I mean, like if you do something that you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. So, I mean, in the kitchen on whether it be Foolish Fridays, although it gets hectic in here, luckily, like my wife doesn't complain about me piling dishes up and trash up on Foolish Fridays. But I mean, like it's something I enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
So NJ Rich asks, would you do a Valentine's Day dinner for couples? You
Yes.
only need one kitchen and couples pay.
You mean in the kitchen or delivering? Like last Valentine's Day, I believe it may not have been Valentine's Day, but I know James Neely, him and his wife got food for me. It might not have been Valentine's Day, but it was close to Valentine's Day where I provided dinners for them, just like a 2-person dinner. And I'll bring the plates, I'll bring the utensils, I'll bring the wine glasses, bottle of wine. I'm pretty sure it was Valentine's Day because like lamb chops, potatoes, lobster macaroni and cheese, seafood bits. It was champagne came with the glasses. So I mean, I try to set the ambiance. I mean, I can only take you but so far. I'm like, I can get you there, but you got to cross the goal line on your own.
I think he was saying. I think he meant like an event because he was saying you only need one kitchen and the couples could pay. So,
It's funny that you say that because a couple of people have brought that up, whether it be Valentine's Day or maybe like a Christmas type thing. I've thought about it. Again, it's just a matter of the opportunity and the venue. Like I just don't want to do it because again, it's not about the money. Like of course I want to get paid for it, but at the same time, I want it to be something that people want to do again. Like I keep teasing about the long table dinner that I want to do. And people are like, yeah, put me on the list. Oh, that's cool until you tell somebody this is what it costs, and then it's I mean, I got something going on that weekend. All right, cool. Well, that means it's not for you. But everything has to be set up. Everything has to align in order for it to be the event that I want it to be. Because I want to be able to have one and then have another one and do another one. It's just something that's been on my mind, been on my heart for a while to do something like that. So whether it's for Valentine's Day or Christmas or like I said, my long table dinner, those things like that, things have to fall in line. I don't want to do it just to do it.
You thinking about doing another book?
Well, I'm working on. Trying to work on another book, but somebody gave me the idea to work on pamphlets. So, like to do a seafood pamphlet and maybe make it because the cookbook was 137 pages. So they were like, well, maybe you want to do something smaller at a price that people can afford. Because with COVID and everything, people were still looking to cook their own meals. But it was like, okay, well, what can I do? Well, maybe if I do a 10-page pamphlet on pasta dishes and then put that together, or maybe even an ebook. So those are ideas that I'm working on right now.
I was waiting for you to finish. I was going to say, what about an ebook? Because then that's something that is accessible across the board like that.
So that I am working on that. I'm working on the recipes for it, and then I do have somebody already lined up that's willing to help me putting it together. So we're just going to see how it turns out. I'll put out one, see how the feedback is for that, and then move on to the next one. But that won't be until probably right around Christmas or right after Christmas.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's like tomorrow.
Yeah, for real. We'll be here before we know.
I thought it was today gonna be to fall of 2022.
No, because as soon as I finished the first cookbook, I started making recipes for the second one because you're like okay, like this one will pretty well. I can come up with another one. What am I gonna do? I was like, all right, let me do another cookbook. And then as you start to write it or start to put together, you're like, Jesus, is taking a long time. And like to be honest, the first one. I mean, not giving anybody any ideas. I wrote the first cookbook. I had hip surgery. Honestly, I was high the whole time I wrote the cookbook. I was high the entire time. I was up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, high as can be, just typing. I was like Jim Carrey and Bruce Almighty. Just. I mean, they say when inspiration strikes, you just go with it. So I went with it. But this one, like after writing the first one, you find things that you made, like small mistakes that you may have made or things that you may have omitted. So this one is not that I'm going to get it perfect, but I want to do better than I did with the first one with some of the stuff. So I have a good friend, her mom has volunteered to edit it for me as far as the recipes and stuff like that. So I want to go through the process the right way.
Cool.
So, like you said, with COVID and everything going on and prices just kind of going all over the place, how has that been affecting, like, as far as like, you being able to provide, affordable service to your customers?
Well, I mean, since I have Ike here, I'll be the first to thank him. People like Ike and Sterling and Big James and a couple other people. Though I would say from last year when COVID hit, up until like this year when I went back in the office, I was jamming. I could say I was jamming every Friday. Every Friday I was something, and I don't mean just like hit me next. I'll hit you this weekend. I'll have a pop up next week. I literally every Friday I sold out. I sold out every Friday, and mind you, that was something out of my house, and I probably was doing about anywhere between 30 to 50 dinners a Friday. And that's just me, myself, and I. And mind you, it wasn't like it was just one option. Like you got chicken and that was it. Normally you got 3 different options to choose from. So you figure I was doing 3 different options every Friday, and I sold out every Friday. It wasn't a Friday that went by that I had a whole pan of something left, or I had leftovers where I couldn't get rid of it. I sold out every Friday, and then I had people mad because I sold out, or they wanted to get another one when they showed up, and it was just like, look, orders are due this day. I can let you know after 5 o'clock if I have anything left. This is all I got. Like I literally sold out every week. So like COVID was really good to me. I don't know if I'd have been as successful as I was had it not been for COVID. Like during the COVID break, like things exploded for me because everything was closed. You couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. So it was like, hey, I'm cooking on Fridays. Oh, really? Okay, well, let me get 3 of them dinners. Exactly. And every Friday, shout out to Ike showed up every Friday, damn near 2 dinners. He's like, hey, I ate before I got to the highway. Like I'm like, damn. Like,
listen, I smashed the joints before I hit 695 off of Liberty Road. That's no cap, yo. I would drive. And then look, get home like shit. I should have waited till I got home. Oh yeah, I should have got to.
He hit me in the car like, look, I'm leaving the gym. I can't promise you're gonna make it down Liberty Road. All right, well, I put the knife and fork in the bag. You good to go. Yeah. But no, I mean, but that support every week was great. Like I never had to worry about people, and don't get me wrong, like it wasn't like it was every Friday where it was like 50 dinners, but whether it be 30, 25, I never had to worry about I'm only going to sell 1 dinner this week. It was always love. It was always support. It was always people asking me, hey, can you do it this week? Or if I was skipping a week, oh man, I don't know what we're going to eat this week. My whole week messed up now. Like, okay, well, I'm sorry, but I'll be back next week. Like, so it was truly a blessing. Like I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to get back to it because of course, like going back in the office now, being in my office, just like I said, like I need you to bring that back. Well, I'll be working from home soon, so when I work from home, it's easy. It's just in me, like, hey, I need to bring that back because that was good. Like, but again, like I can't say enough. I was blessed during COVID because that if you saw like the page when you went on my IG, the Serenity wine place, like the owner there, I just did their wedding this weekend. Next week I'm doing an event for the superintendents of Baltimore County Schools. Like things are just going well for me. I will not complain.
That's a blessing.
And again, you deserve it, bro. Like no bullshit. Like good dude, definitely. You definitely deserve it. Just like I deserve my book and a plate. I'm telling you, next time I come in town, I'm gonna give you so much notice. I'm going by myself.
Yeah, just let me know. I got both of y'all covered. You ain't gotta worry about it.
So I've been looking at all the different things. So what is the wildest thing that you ever thought of and you was like, that actually came out and turned out good? Like you just like, you know what, I should do this and this. And it actually
honestly, the first time I put coffee on steak or on lamb.
I can see that. Because when you said the rub, I'm sitting here thinking, what
it'll change your life. I lied to you, it'll change your life.
All right, well, I'm gonna need to restock that coffee rub so Mike can make me a steak.
I got you. The coffee rub, and then I did a how can I describe it? I've done peach cobbler on the grill.
Whoa.
I won a cooking contest with that. A cook-off contest with that. Doing peach cobbler on the grill.
Wow.
I've done. I'm trying to think what else I've done that's crazy.
So what the heck? Like, what were you doing to me? You know what? I'm gonna put this piece of cob out here on this grill today. Like,
so again, it's something that like you see on TV or you see online. You're like, there's no way that's gonna be good. I'm gonna try it anyway just to see. I can do that, and then I did it, and next thing you know, it's like, man, this is phenomenal. Can you make some more? Like, well, I only made enough to enter the contest, dog. Like, I didn't know it was gonna go over like this. And I mean, so I've done that. I've done a recently I did a it's a stuffed pork roast wrapped in bacon.
Stuff,
and it was stuffed with it was stuffed with jalapeno cream cheese, and that went over really well.
You know I love jalapeno.
You see me outside eye you like Mike would like that.
I put jalapeno in anything.
It went over really well. Anything else I've done that's crazy? You think of crazy?
I don't even know how to say small. And I know she work out and all, but that my workout would not balance.
well, so I'm gonna make full transparency. She rarely gets a chance to eat the food. That's one of the complaints of my
divorce.
Dang.
Don't come
sorry,
over
that was the greedy side of Shannon. My bad.
So what happens is like whenever I'm cooking food on like Fridays and stuff like that, I cook to order. That's how you save money. Like you don't have like I'm cooking out of my house, so I have a deep freezer. I can't buy 40 cases of chicken and have extra chicken when I try to cook. So I mean I do anyway, but I mean when I cook that specific amount of food so that there aren't any leftovers. I don't have extra because again during COVID we're not having a whole lot of people come to our house and nothing like that. So it is what it is.
The problem is you are miscounting your orders. That's the problem.
No, I'm not.
I got 50 paid orders, and then I need one for Tiff and one for baby girl. 52.
So my wife will tell you, we are a family. We are a team. My wife pays for her dentist too. Like we recycle the money here. So she wants shrimp and grits, and she wants to make sure she gets them.
Psych Tiff.
she wants shrimp and grits. I mean, like now mind you, like she pays for out of support. Like she doesn't have to pay for it. I mean, but she's like, hey, I want to make sure I get an order. So count my money. I'm paying for an order of shrimp and grits. I mean, she gets shrimp and grits. We've done chicken and waffle. Like I work with my Chef Dion. She said, hey, I want red velvet waffles and chicken. Here's my money. That's what she gets. Like so just again, my wife doesn't. I don't want anybody questioning me like you charge your wife. No, she doesn't have to, but she does it out of the love of her heart. So I appreciate it.
I can respect that. I can definitely respect it. Go ahead.
I could turn it down, but I'm not. I mean,
I don't think Mike would either. So, what's so we talked about the craziest things that you made. What is the one thing that you love making?
Shrimp and grits.
What's shrimp and grits?
Motherfucking Gouda grits, boy. God damn.
So I do shrimp and grits. I do salmon and grits, which is Tiffany's favorite. I do lobster and grits, catfish and grits, chicken and grits. One of the favorites that some people like is the what is it? The short rib. I do short ribs and grits or oxtail and grits.
Is there a meat that you have not put on grits?
Mike don't eat grits.
I get it.
I can't.
Oh, Matt, you can't, or you haven't found any that you like.
He has never tried them.
Oh,
I just tried.
So one thing I will tell you, I don't put sugar in my grits, so you won't have to worry about that from me. But I will tell you, I've made many people who say they don't eat grits. I'm not saying mine's are the best. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I guarantee if you have my grits, you won't be like I don't like grits. Like I'm pretty. That's one dish I'm confident in. Like, hey, put them to the test. Like, whoever want, look, whoever want that smoke with grits, bring it. Like that's one thing I know I can make.
I'm looking at and it's crazy because that's the picture that's still up on my computer right now. The shrimp and grits.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, Linnea, never. The guy never talking about he don't eat them. I don't know how we met.
Mike, look, Mike, you just got to like right now. I would say popularity wise. The grits that I make, the cream of crab soup that I make,
you're breaking my heart over here.
Chicken, if I do grilled chicken, and put it in a barbecue sauce, most people are really enjoy that.
I got no reason to hire you.
I'm trying to think of all the. Hey, look, I travel. I told somebody the other day I travel.
Listen, I'm gonna think of something.
I've gone to I had to meet somebody in at the Maryland line. I'm going towards New York for food because they were having a family function.
Wow.
And I did lobster macaroni and cheese. I did chicken for them, rice, mixed vegetables. Yeah, I travel.
That's how you know your shit is real when they like, yo, I meet you at the border.
Yeah. Listen, I've done it a couple of times. I have no problem traveling. Like, listen, I go. Like, it's not about the money, but I go where the money is. If you need me to travel to come cook, I come cook. Like, it is what it is. Like, realistically, I would have gone to Lincoln's homecoming was this weekend. I would have gone to Lincoln's homecoming and set up a tent. Like, that's my college. I would have went. I have a bunch of followers from Lincoln. I'd have went. I was going to set up a tent and we were going to jam out. But with COVID, we just couldn't take that. I couldn't take that chance. I got to come home to my kids. So there's too many people to be out there and take that chance. But the first chance I get to go back and cook, absolutely, I'm gonna burn it down.
I'm gonna give you a grit. I'm not gonna try any grits until I try. This is my thing when it comes to new food. Like, don't have me buy it in the market. And if I do buy it in the market, don't have me buy the off-brand. Like, I want the high name, the high quality. I want the best of the best for something that I've never tried before.
Sometimes it's just a tag. It's not really a difference in the quality.
I'm not going to Waffle House tomorrow and say, hey, let me get some grits. No, I'm not doing that. So
I will eat my grits.
I'm not eating yours. I said I want high quality. I'm going to eat James. I'm going to eat James's grits first. Then, because I need to, first of all, I'd like to start high. That way I have something to compare it to. That way if I get knocked down a level, I'm like, all right.
If you eat James, you will never eat mine.
Well, then you need to step it up. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, God don't like ugly. That's what you get.
Sorry.
I looked away for a second. I thought she slapped. I heard something move. I said she can slap this nigga.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the smack him.
I'm gonna behave. You know, drop the mic.
Oh,
I think you broke it.
I done broke my shit. Rudy, take over this interview.
We can hear all of that.
I'm with Mike. I've never eaten grits either. I think I've eaten grits one time and I definitely didn't like them. I actually.
Now, Rudy, hold on. What did you like about them? They were gritty, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem I find with most people. And if you look at the photos, like you can tell, but you really can't tell. I try to make them as smooth and velvety as possible because I don't like the gritty tasting grits either. So that's the way that I found that you make them a certain way and you get them to be smooth. You get rid of that gritty taste, you're good to go. This, like, again, that's just my opinion. I'm a fan, but like I said, that's the one dish I've been told that every time I make it, I'll never have to worry about people being upset about it. They love it every time.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. Like the creamier, the better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's flip it real quick because my stomach is starting to growl real loud over here. I ain't got no dinner, but we got to talk about all this food, and I'm looking at pictures. But so we talked about the fact that you are an author. We talked about all this yummy goodness and all your sauces and your rubs. So there's also another side. We have the photographer.
When the hell do you even?
Absolutely.
So Mike said in the background, when the hell do you even have time to take pictures? And you work, and you got a jail, you work outside of the house.
Yes, absolutely. I work, I coach. Yeah, I do a lot. Photography is something that I've been into for a while now. Luckily for me, like because of COVID, the whole doing parties and stuff like that, doing pictures for parties or clubs or whatever, that died down. So most of the photography that I do now might be like a baby shower or a wedding or individual photos for like somebody that's like engagement photos or people that need headshots. That's the kind of photography that I've been doing more recently. Engagement photos, things like that. Because the whole going to a club, I've done maybe like one or two events, like events, probably in the last year. Let's say 3 total. Just because of COVID, it's not like it used to be where every weekend I was out. Every Friday and Saturday I was out doing somebody's party. Like, nah, it's just not where it was, and I'm not where I'm. It's not where it's at now, and it's not where I was as a photographer. But don't get me wrong, I'm not too good to do a party. Somebody needs a party done, you can call me. If I can't do it, I have photographers under me that can do it. But at the same time, it's just something I just can't do every weekend. Again, it's just like Mike said. I have a wife and a family at home, so I mean, being out every Friday and Saturday night taking pictures for different parties and stuff, I just can't do. But weddings aren't every weekend and once in a couple months where I can plan for them, and they always do pretty well as far as payment wise. So I could do one wedding and make what I'm making doing 6 or 7 parties. So it's not it's at this point it's about the quality of the photos that I'm taking now rather than the quantity. So doing weddings, engagement shoots, doing baby showers, things of that nature. But that's where I'm at right now with photography. And like I said, I've done pretty well on both sides.
So did you have a love for photography before the culinary side, or it all kind of was at the same, but just one just kind of manifested?
Definitely started taking pictures.
Just because he took pictures doesn't mean that was where his heart was. That's his love, his passion.
It definitely came in handy when we were doing parties, and James was like, "Man, bump that." I'm like, all right, all right.
So like the way it started was that I give 2 people credit for my birth in photography. That's easy definitely, and my wife as far as starting me off in photography. One, because Easy was the first one to ask me, like, "Hey, you mind taking pictures for me while I DJ this party?" I'm just like, hey, sure. I get it free? Yeah, absolutely. I'll take these pictures. All right, cool. And then like I did it for him at the time. Like him and Jazzy was doing like every weekend somewhere. And Tiffany bought me my first camera. She was like, "Well, you taking pictures using somebody's camera. You need your own camera. You do your own ones." So she bought me my first camera. Easy the one that gave me the name. Like for most of the photographers in Baltimore, side note, Easy has actually named like a couple of. I don't put my business out there, but Easy named a couple of us. So I mean, it's like, okay, well, either you were doing a party for Easy and he gave you a name, or he saw you enough that, hey, let me give you a name, and then went from there. So, but the love for cooking was always there ever since a little kid. I mean, every kid loves to eat. Like if their grandma's cooking, like you and your grandma, you're around her leg, you're like, let me get a piece of chicken. So I mean, I've always been into food, but I did fall in love with photography later on in life, and really, I mean, I've enjoyed it ever since. It's been a good way to meet people, a good way to network. It's gotten me to meet some people I probably would have never met had it not been for photography. So, I mean, and now cooking is doing the same thing. So I get I get both sides. I mean, because I think one of the best feelings in the world is to have somebody tell you that the photo that you took told a story that I was trying to tell. Like I've done weddings and they're like, "Man, these photos tell a great story of what happened." I'm just like, well, that was my objective. All I'm doing is capturing the moment. That's all I'm doing. You guys are making the memories and I'm just capturing the moment on film. That's it. In the same way with food, like I want my food to make you reminisce about sitting over your mom's house or sitting over your grandma's house on a Sunday when you guys are eating baked chicken, macaroni and cheese, and green beans or something like that. Or if I am cooking on the grill, it reminds you of that uncle that had on sandals on, dancing. You know what I mean? Like, my food is to give you that kind of recollection of your childhood. I mean, so that's what you want to do. Like you want to make memories for people, whether it be through photography or with food. So that's what I try to do with either one of the businesses that I run.
James Dickey, live on the Coolie and the Gang show.
There you go. Gang.
3 times, third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. There you go.
So let everybody know how they can reach. Like if they want to, well, are you ready to get the calls for the meals and stuff?
Not yet. When you get home,
because
like from home.
I know, but we know 3 people in the show. We can get them at least 3 customers.
No,
I don't count. I got a permanent stamp.
We're gonna have to do some sort of special.
Sorry.
So it's a lot of things I would like to do and like get with James and a lot of other people, and we could put like a.
I mean, like listen, I'm all for Blacktopia. Like whenever y'all open it up, just let me know. I'll put a corner store somewhere. Just let me know.
We building it, y'all. We building it.
Just please let me know. Like because I think one of the comments was I think I was talking about it where people were talking about oversaturation. Listen, just because you chef or you cook don't mean we do the same thing. Or even if we do, it's enough money. They print money every day. It's enough money out here for everybody. I mean,
One
like
person can't do it all.
people joke on IG. Like I see the memes. I mean, and mind you, I don't ever. Whenever I see them, I don't ever think about myself, but I think about people. I think about our people. Where people are like, yeah, everybody's selling dinners or everybody's selling them out their house or da da da. I'm just like, well, there's enough money out here for anybody. I don't. If you sell it out your house, I hope you sell out every Friday because they ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. I'm not clocking how many people go on your page, and I don't care how many followers you got. I don't care what you're making. I'm still cooking on Friday. So whatever you do, keep doing you. I hope you do as well as you want to do. It ain't got nothing to do with what James is doing over here. Nothing at all. So I mean,
and anybody with more than one child, you already know. As soon as you say what y'all want to eat, you got one McDonald's, you got one this, you got one that. Or somebody want to go get something from Dickey. Somebody want to go get something. We all have what we want at when we want it, and everybody can get money. Everybody can, get their business going. That's the part that people miss out on.
Exactly. Like when you guys were talking about it earlier, it made me think because they were like, well, how come we can't do it? And in my opinion, the biggest issue with black people, and I forgot what movie I saw it on. I know what it was. It was Superfly, and they were talking about how he had money. Why you worry about his money? And the guy's comment was, well, I want his money. Like, nah, it's enough money out here for everybody. Like, if you doing what you're supposed to do, and you on top of your game, you'll make what you're supposed to make. And if you're not, then you make adjustments to make more. But I don't have to downgrade somebody else or put somebody else on blast in order for me to succeed. I just don't see it like that. I have a lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna ride my lane as long as till the wheels fall off.
There you go. Live on the Cool in the Gang show with our second guest of the night, James Dickey, chef, photographer, author. We've come down to that time where we have to check out.
And look at each other like, what's for dinner now?
Yeah, it might be a cookout night or something. I don't know. Before we go, as I do, give the flowers. I can attest to this. James and his wife, Tiffany, from the first day I met them, have done business together. And this was before marriage. Like when they were like have been doing business together from day one. And I think that has been a big message tonight because both of our guests are doing it with their partner. And this show didn't start getting a little bit better until I finally included Shannon sometimes.
Yeah, because sometimes I be hearing it's like, we have Professor, we have I, we got Mayberry, we got G.
Can I finish? All
right, my bad.
That's exactly why I can't be nice and shit. I'm sorry, the children. I'm sorry, but
sorry, my bad.
But I think that is the message of the night. Do it with your partner until it works. It is a good way to be successful. Don't block them out. You can still have your little private account. Right? You can still have your little chat on the side.
Yeah, you can have your private account. It'll come out during the divorce. Sorry. This is my bad. We being positive. Yeah, you can have your private account. We're not in a community property state, so you good.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's get some final thoughts. Ike, I'm gonna let you go first, brother.
Same thing. 1%, yo. Get 1% better every day, yo. Everybody, like I said, it's a marathon, dog. Just like Nip say, yo. I live by that, yo. Like this behind me. Shit, I got 2% better today because my ass fucking figured out tax equivalent yield, and I was sitting in the gym like, yes, fucking about time. like look, fourth exam later, I finally get it. So what I mean, just one day at a time, man. Keep grinding, man, and then on top of that, yo, just make sure y'all showing love and positivity, man. All this, it's enough bullshit and negativity out here as it is to go around, yo. Just fucking smile and keep that shit moving, man.
Yeah. There you go. James, any final thoughts? Let people know how they can reach you and get in touch with you and all of that.
You can reach me on IG, JFlix. As soon as you type in JFLIXX, as soon as you type that in, it should come right up. Or if you want to go to, because I try to make my own page for food, for Simple Eats, _Eats. Both on IG, or you can go to the website. www.simpleeats.bigcartel.com. You can find all of the spices, the cookbook, the sauces, everything's there. Or you just hit me on Facebook, James Dickey on Facebook. If you hit me on Facebook, just hit me on Messenger. I can send you the catering menu. If you need a photography, I can send you the photography brochure. I got it all. I'm a one-stop shop.
Appreciate it. Professor.
Shrimp and grits. So let me see. Protect your children, man. Like I don't know how many people are paying attention, but like it's a real war that's being waged against the youth. And it's a subliminal war. And you have to pay attention to all of the messaging that's around and make sure that you are filtering it and talking to your children. Don't just ignore it. Make sure that you are actually having a conversation about what do you think about that? What do you see? Because sometimes it's a matter of listening to what their perception is and then correcting whatever it is that they see, because you don't want to just assume that they understand or they just ignored something that they saw. Maybe they don't want to discuss it, but you have to have a discussion about it because the world is changing. It's a consistent push to a specific direction. And without the direction of positive influencers, the future for our children is not the way that we foresee it. I'll put it like that.
Appreciate it. Shannon?
I just want to say that this was a dope show, like a really dope show. Thank you, James, and thank you, the Tennessees, for coming on, because you guys definitely dropped a lot of great blackness on us today. Like, y'all are definitely showing out for our community, showing that we don't have no ceilings. Like, there's no limits to the things that we can do. And us as people, we need to definitely just be intentional. Be intentional with supporting your people the way you're intentional with supporting others.
There you go. Shout out to Will. Shout out to the family in Atlanta. What's up, Will? Definitely, again, thanks, James, man. I appreciate it. Every time, you come through for me, I appreciate. Definitely, it is appreciated. And it's not going to stop.
Appreciate you guys having me.
As long as you keep doing what you're doing, I'm going to keep supporting and doing whatever I can do to, assist. Because that's all I'm trying to do.
I greatly appreciate that. Ike, let me know when you want your soup. I got you.
Don't tell Nay on his way right now. That's why the camera went off. He was warming up the car.
Shit.
Oh, they up next. Oh, yeah. Tiffany coming on.
I believe it.
Yeah. This is gonna be her first time. So we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. This is my way and what I feel like I want to do, help our Black Dollar keep matriculating. Did I use that right?
Yes.
Ike, was that right?
Don't yeah.
All right, thank you. See all the paper he got on the wall. I'm gonna ask him first. So we'll be back next Tuesday. Cooley and the Gang Show live, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't got much. Let the obstacles before you provoke the power within. We'll see y'all. Peace and blessings. Thank y'all.
All right, peace, y'all.
Niggas a party looking at me like I'm bugging. I saw that nigga mad. We looking at you like you bugging. Anything English.
Food for thought, I guess I'm just preaching. They'll probably ignore it. In the future, they call him a teacher, but never explore it. A lot of feelings I notice beneath you. Guess that's how you store it. I'm getting louder as I'm getting slept on. I guess it's just snoring. They hoping to see the most they can be. Close to the edge, so let's take a leap. Unless you're too cool, keep rolling your weed. It's funny the shit that we do for a lead. It's funny the shit that we do for a beat. As long as they playing your shit in the club. Funny the shit that you do for a reach. She probably stayed at night just for a dub. Guess I'm just helping her with a release. That's what she said, so I told her capiche. While ruffle some feathers, we just moving shit.